The following podcast contains real reviews and the ridiculous reactions of two would-be oracles of the internet. The opinions expressed and presented are mere musings, so please humor their hijinks with a laugh and not by taking anything they say seriously. Seriously.
Hello and welcome to the ReviewParty.com podcast. I'm Brent.
I am Matt.
And boy, do we have a show for you. It's got reviews in it from the internet. It's got a podcast in it from the internet. It's got comedy in it from me and Matt and the world. And also the internet.
Yeah.
And boy, does it fill your heart with joy. I liken the joy to a sort of a warm nacho cheese.
Yeah, I was thinking like your heart is a ravioli and we're the good stuff in there.
your family, your friends, all the other stuff in your heart, you don't need that on our podcast because we just fill it with good stuff. I don't know, you wanna let this one fly this week? You wanna start this off?
You know what? Sure, I'll get the ball rolling with a kind of a short one, but we're just trying to get the ball rolling, okay? Maybe this is somebody's first time listening to this podcast, and they're like, I don't even know, frankly, the concept of reading internet reviews on a podcast, I don't know, where's the comedy?
It freaks some people out, I know.
You're on edge right now, listener, and I know it, so we're gonna ease you in with this Google review of Ollie's Bargain Outlet. This is one of those stores, I think, where they just collect the junk from everybody else. And they're like, we're going to be selling this stuff pretty cheap.
Yeah, this is like overflow from the dollar store.
Yeah.
This isn't even like overflow store. It's the overflow store's overflow store.
These places scare me. I hear coworkers talking about it. Like, every day of the week, the prices get lower and lower. And if you go in there, you got to watch out. But you might find a good deal.
These are the lowest prices anywhere.
Well, I guess we'll take the advice or opinion of Rise Up Studios, Google user. Rise Up writes, decent place with good deals. The 2 times I've gone, they've been out or nearly out of the, quote, best deals. Personally, I won't be back. I'm cutting deal hunting out of my life. It's become a drug for me. Happy shopping, 4 stars.
It sounds like a Tim and Eric sketch to me, man.
Thank you. Yeah, the absurdity.
Yeah. You're never going to beat these prices until you come down to the best prices price barn. We got $9.95 for $2.95. We got $1.99 for $1.59. Come on down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe for cereal coupon clippers, that sort of threat, that danger is real, where you see a coupon, I just got back from the store, but the mail is here, and I gotta get back. There's a deal I missed.
Yeah, I can't relate to that, because most of the time I get coupons, and I'm like, yeah, that's not good enough for me. That's not good enough to, make me carry this to the store.
Who you try to play here?
Like, $4.99 a pound for beef? Is that even a good deal? Come on. Yeah. Give me something a little better.
A pizza, a 2-liter of cola, and breadsticks for $20. Tell me that's not regular price and you're trying to pull the wool over my eyes.
Right. Yeah, it's just, if you're going to get me excited about a deal, it's got to be a damn deal. Don't be phony with me.
Don't give me any this is only good for the rest of the month either. I get around to deal hunting on my time.
Exactly. I just went through a pile of scratch cards, or lottery scratchers. They're like $1 and $5 winners. I was double checking. All of them expired. And is that throwing away money? Yeah. Is that irresponsible of me? But is that $7 going to change my life?
You would have just bought more scratchers.
Right. And lost them. But that sickness we're talking about, that I had to give it up. I respect them for giving it up. On one hand, it seems like how sick could you really get? But on the other hand, have you seen those stinking videos of like, we got $300 of groceries for $19.75? It's like, yeah, and at the cost of that poor clerk's sanity as well.
And whatever your closet and pantry space looks like.
Yeah.
I actually did have a coworker. He's like, I'm getting this toothpaste practically for free. But how much toothpaste are you going to go through? I know, it'll sit on the shelf and it'll be fine, but you really want a closet full of toothpaste?
No, I love buying products I know I'm going to use in bulk. Around Christmas, there's a good deal on soap that I like. I bought like 6 bars just for me.
No, that's good.
But them bars flew out. You know, I was really just lathering up. They flew off the shelf.
There's only so much toothpaste you can squeeze on the brush.
Right. And for stuff I'm not really stoked about, I'm really not interested in having a stockpile. You know, I what do I use? A spatula once a week? I don't need 7 spatulas just because there's a good deal on them.
Yeah, the good deal. Like, I got a good deal on tote bags at every 4th of July parade. But let me tell you, I don't need another tote bag from another real estate company or another politician or dentist. Like, I've got enough tote bags just in one day. Don't give me it because it's free.
I mean, what does it look like, right? Every time you get one of those crappy, like, fast food, like, oh, buy one, get one free coupon little sheets in the mail, you gotta eat fast food for a month and a half?
Nah.
We can't let these Wendy's coupons expire. Finish your Frosty, because we're having another one.
We gotta do it. Dad, you're frightening me.
If your brain isn't frozen, you can put another spoonful in your mouth. And if it is frozen, that just means your body is acclimating. You're becoming the Iceman.
Oh man, what a flex though to go to like the addicts meeting. I've been sober from drugs and alcohol for 8 months. Boy, I stopped coupon clipping. I've been away from that for a whole 6 weeks. I know the struggle.
I picture the coupon buyer's relapse as very much like they rip off their clothes in agony, and instead of like underneath them being naked, it's just like a Bob Barker costume. They're like, we're addicted to these savings! And they grab up all the coupons and confetti starts falling around them and dun-dun-dun-dun-dun as they walk into the grocery store.
And everyone's like, oh, God, they're back.
Samantha, you want to take this guy when he comes through? I know you're pretty good. Cool. Yeah, I'll get him. All right, I got a review here. This review is longer than it needs to be, but I think that's the appeal and the anti-appeal of it.
Okay.
This is an Amazon review for Mattel Games Magic 8-Ball Kids Toy. Retro-themed novelty fortune teller. Ask a question and turn over for answer.
All right.
I don't know if there's official Magic 8 Balls, if there's all kinds of them. It's a Magic 8 Ball.
I assumed so.
Yeah. Endless fun, says Elizabeth. The style she got was classic, don't worry. She writes, step back in time with the Mattel Games Magic 8 Ball, now in a retro theme, providing a touch of nostalgia and timeless fortune-telling fun. Here's why the classic toy remains a favorite for both kids and adults. Nostalgia retro theme, 5 out of 5. The retro theme of the Magic 8 Ball by Mattel adds a nostalgic touch, evoking the fond memories of the past. The timeless design appeals to those seeking a retro vibe in their toys and games. Classic fortune-telling fun, 5 out of 5. The Magic 8 Ball delivers fortune-telling fun in a compact and entertaining format. Users can ask yes or no question, shake the ball, receive humorous or mysterious answer that add an element of amusement to the experience. Endless entertainment, 5 out of 5. With its simplicity and unpredictability, the Magic 8 Ball offers endless entertainment. Whether used as a party game, a decision-making tool, or just a light-hearted amusement, it remains a versatile and enjoyable toy for various occasions. Iconic responses, 5 out of 5. The Magic 8 Ball is known for its iconic responses. such as yes, no, and ask again later. The diverse range of answers, combined with the enigmatic nature of the toy, adds an element of intrigue and unpredictability to each interaction. Compact and portable, 5 out of 5. The compact size and portability of the Magic 8-Ball make it an ideal companion for on-the-go fun. Whether carried in a bag, used at home, or shared among friends, its convenience enhances its appeal as an instant source of amusement. Durable design, 5 out of 5. Built by Mattel Games, the Magic 8-Ball boasts a durable design, ensuring longevity even with frequent use. The robust construction contributes to its reliability, making it a lasting addition to your collection of toys and games. Ideal for all ages, 5 out of 5. The Magic 8-Ball simplicity and universal appeal makes it suitable for all ages. Both children and adults can enjoy the whimsical experience of asking the ball a question and eagerly awaiting its response. Collectible retro appeal. This is which is different from nostalgic retro theme.
Sure.
We're about to find out why. With its retro theme, the Magic 8-Ball becomes a collectible item for enthusiasts who appreciate vintage and retro-inspired toys. Its timeless design adds a touch of charm to any collection. Perfect gift for fun seekers, 5 out of 5. As a gift, the Magic 8-Ball is perfect for those who enjoy lighthearted and quirky forms of entertainment. Its unique charm and ability to spark laughter make it an excellent choice for birthdays, holidays, or any special occasions. In conclusion, the Magic 8-Ball in retro theme continues to captivate generations with its timeless fortune-telling fun. With its nostalgic appeal, classic fortune-telling experience, endless entertainment value, iconic responses, portability, durability, suitability for all ages, collectible retro appeal, and status as a perfect gift for fun seekers, this classic toy remains a cherished and reliable source of amusement for those seeking a touch of magic in their playtime. 5 stars.
The summary was not needed at the end. A lot of that, that wasn't needed.
All it's giving is, it's like she's trying her hardest to write an SEO appropriate article. SEO being, I forget what that stands for exactly, but it's
search engine optimization.
Search engine optimization, right. She's just trying to write something that search engines will like.
Bullet points and lists and ratings and
lots of buzzwords repeated in different combinations.
God. It's iconic responses.
Yes, no, and ask again later.
Yeah, you don't need to. If you know the responses, maybe you don't even need the ball. There's an idea.
You ever have someone be like, "Hey, Jimmy, do you like pizza?" And then Jimmy says yes, and then Ronnie's like, "Ha, oh," and everyone's like, "Why is that funny?" He's like, "Oh, like the iconic Magic 8-Ball response." Nice reference.
Classic. I usually say ask again later.
You know, if I'm trying to be evocative of the 8-Ball, I'm telling them to ask again later. But you just the iconic way you said that with your retro theme, providing a touch of nostalgia and timeless fortune telling fun.
You're humorous and mysterious, my friend.
The picture, I think what really made me excited about this was the picture it kept painting of like the pure, like high octane thrills that asking a question, shaking a ball, and then having an answer come float to the surface can provide.
Yeah, like hey, kids, all gather around. Look at what Jimmy's got in his backpack. Whoa, oh, sick. What is it? Oh, you haven't heard of the Magic 8-Ball, man? It's iconic.
Does Julie like me? The shaking, and then everyone, you hear the ooh, but it quickly falls silent. So you just hear the And you can almost hear the mercury of the liquid as the answer floats to the top. And then just everyone, oh my God! The room erupts with laughter and excitement. Everyone's running around, shaking each other. Someone's being beaten to death in the corner. Like the room is starting on fire. Like it's just insane, endless entertainment, instant source of amusement.
Mm-hmm.
You place your hand upon this, and instantly you shall be filled with amusement.
Yeah, the most, as weird as all that was, the weirdest is, look at how compact and portable this is. This 3.5-inch diameter sphere.
The compact and portability of the 8-ball make it ideal companion for on-the-go fun. Whether carried in a bag, used at home, or shared among friends.
Riding on the bike, on the bus.
The kids would say that they're glazing it, right? That's the term these days.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, they're really glazing the Magic 8-ball here, going out of their way to glaze this Magic 8-ball. And oh my God, they have a Stranger Things branded Magic 8-ball. And it's the same one, except it's got different packaging. All right, this marketing being injected straight in my brain is going to blow me up. You got a review?
I do. This is severely different marketing. I've got a little sachet of reviews sent to us by a friend of comedy, friend of the podcast, Eric with a K Martin. These are some Amazon reviews for the Monsoon Spice Company Ravelgon Pan Passant Gold original 1x500 gram bag, 140 pieces. It's a bag of what appear to be candy-like things.
Oh, assorted candies.
Assorted candies of Asian origin. That's the word I'm looking for. And here is a review. Yeah, I'll start with Jenny's review here. Jenny titles her review, Deserves 0 stars, and writes, Gross. Gross. It tastes like a cross between a mentholated cough drop and chemicals. I would not recommend and would never buy this again. Can I get a description on what it's supposed to taste like?
I never trust an old people candy. I think I've gotten more trusting. I now know what I can identify at a glance what old people candy I will like when I put it in my mouth for the most part, but there's still some that I can't trust. I can't be shocked if I put an old person looking candy in my mouth and it's gross.
So I Googled it, and one of the questions, what is Pan Passant made of? It's a delicious sweet treat made with natural ingredients. The candy is made with sugar, ghee, cardamom, and other spices.
Oh, so this isn't a classic fruity candy at all. This is this is a bit of a savory lozenge, perhaps you would say.
Yeah, it might be. So let's jump to Dana W. Seymour's review. Dana has a different opinion. Dana titles their review, So Unique and Addictive. They write, so unique. It tastes like you were eating Nag Champa incense mixed with rose petals. And at the end, just a hint of menthol. No kidding, it sounds off-putting, but it's seriously addictive. Cannot recommend these highly enough if you are looking for a unique flavor. 4 stars.
Sounds fun. I want to try them. I love flavors that are just totally off the palate, for some people.
Yeah, sometimes that's exciting to just chew into something and go, that is not what I was expecting to have in my mouth.
Right, and you can't say if it's good right away or not because it's just off. It's off the meter. You don't have anything to compare it to.
It's like you're playing Minesweeper and there's just nothing there.
You're like, well, what? Do I put a flag on this? Do I come back later? I don't know. And then you come back later and you're like, I think I do like it.
Yeah, that reminds me of going to China and having dishes with the Chinese peppercorn that numbs your mouth when you consume it. I was like, I've never experienced something like this, but I don't think I dislike it.
But I kind of want some more. I got my tummy is kind of happy right now.
And someone else's tummy is happy. That's our final review here from Kim Scott. Kim titles their review, Yum, and writes, "This is one of my favorite sweets. I love the almost soapy taste. 5 stars.
I'm sure there's a better word to describe the phenomenon than that.
Yeah, even if it has rose petals in it, just say rose.
Floral.
Rose. It tastes rosy.
Yeah.
Floral, yes. Although it does bring to mind what I'm sure many children of our generation experienced, being in a bathroom. Fancy, maybe it was just a grandma bathroom, maybe it was a fancy person's house bathroom, and they got those sculpted soaps that look like shells or I don't even know what. That looks like a delectable little morsel that I want to put in my mouth, but it's definitely soap.
I love when they have that like almost glassy look to them. Like I'm picturing the red glassy one with it's got like gold veins or whatever you want to call going through it.
Yeah.
Swirls. Yeah, that is a forbidden fruit right there for sure.
Oh, your teeth would just sort of mess that thing up.
Yeah, and not only the kids that had to get Ralphied, you know. I never had soap as punishment, but I think that was still around when we were kids.
Yeah, I got Tabasco sauce. I think I've mentioned that before.
Tabasco sauce? I was never tortured with food. I think my family, that's sacred. The taste buds are sacred in my family. We would never do that. And plus I think grounding me was too effective. Taking away the delicious Game Boys and PlayStations, immediate obedience from me. That's for sure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Whatever I got to do to get that PlayStation back within the month, sir. I wonder how many more games I could have beat growing up if I never got grounded. You know what has this quality to bring it back? Cheesy Pringles.
Oh.
Have you had a cheesy Pringle recently?
Not recently, but I know I've had them.
It's definitely salty and savory. It's not like out of this world, like what the heck is going on here? But really think about a cheesy Pringle next time you have one and how fucking weird it is.
Okay.
Which is strange because I feel like all our Pringles are so ballpark. You know, sour cream and onion is just the most basic. The same thing with their potato.
Yeah, it's not a reach at all.
Right. Yeah, and they are getting into the wild flavors recently. I had some chili cheese fries. I should actually get a review for those. I'm interested to see what people think. But I think we're going to take care of all that business on a break here.
Break time!
Bye!
Hey everybody, thank you for listening to our lovely little podcast. If you'd like to go above and beyond in supporting our show, or have the most fabulous conversation starter since sliced bread, go to reviewparty.com. Click on shop and explore some fabulous t-shirt designs.
Where's your favorite place to wear a t-shirt?
On my body.
Mine is at the store.
That is a good place to wear a t-shirt. Reviewparty.com. Click shop.
Why stop there?
Don't stop now.
Don't stop me now, because I'm buying a t-shirt. I'm buying a shirt.
All right. I'm not even gonna organize anything. I'm just gonna go for it.
Go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends and neighbors, welcome to Lick My Finger, Turn the Page, Thanks, Abby. What's that? That's the segment where I take photographs of the Dear Abbey section from the newspaper that I still get. And I kind of like internet reviews where people reveal strange things about themselves that maybe they shouldn't publicly. Dear Abbey letters are kind of the same thing. Right?
Right.
Whatever.
They got a vibe. Pre-internet.
Pre-internet, but you're not going to turn off the podcast just because of that. So buckle up. I got a smattering of Dear Abbeys here. We'll see how many we feel we want to churn through. But I'm going to start with this one right here. Dear Abby, I was watching a police video on the internet and spotted the woman who lives in the apartment next door. I know it's her because of the prominent tattoo on her chest. She was being arrested for drunk and disorderly conduct. She went ballistic on the cops. First, she screamed and fought back. Next, she sagged and started sobbing at the top of her lungs. Then she started laughing maniacally. I'm afraid to live next door to her now. Should I show the video to the apartment manager and ask that she be removed? Signed, Scared in Oklahoma.
I know my answer, but I know Abby's is going to be better, so okay. Yeah, let's let her rock.
Dear Scared. Although the police video was understandably upsetting, I'm not sure that showing it to the building manager would be enough to have the woman evicted. It might, however, be a valid reason for you to move out of the building. If you are truly fearful, consult an attorney who specializes in real estate law who can advise you on possibly breaking your lease. I think that's measured.
I think so too. I would have answered her much more condescendingly. Abby, as always, fair, measured, says everything that needs to be said without any sort of baggage coming at them extra. Because obviously they have a lot. They got a lot going on. But like, I'm just like, should everyone who's ever committed a crime in the police or had a bad, crazy night be homeless? Should they all be sequestered into a commune where only criminals live for the rest of their lives?
Just vilified.
Right. Maybe she is crazy, or maybe she is too aggressive, but like, I don't know. Some people, when they're blackout drunk, they usually ain't acting like themselves. You know, and people are allowed to, quote, go off the deep end, to have a bad day, to not be themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't not be allowed to be someone's neighbor afterwards, man. Like, what kind of society do you want here? It makes her reaction to that makes me much more scared for society than anyone I've ever seen. Like having a conniption on the street.
Yeah, overreaction.
Yeah, but and I think Abby's response is right. Like, doesn't really matter if you show it to the apartment. If you're uncomfortable, you can leave.
Yeah.
What, she said basically.
I don't know we'll have a whole lot to say with this one, but I think it's a funny situation. Dear Abby, my parents are in their 70s. They live in a retirement community. As they have gotten older, they have become more private. They no longer want their children or grandkids around. Recently, I received a call telling me that they would not be answering phone calls anymore. I have stopped by their house, but they do not answer the door. What little relationship I had with them no longer exists. Advice, signed, Wanting to Connect.
This I'm curious about this one. That's what I want to know.
Dear Wanting, you cannot force your parents into unwelcome contact. If you are concerned about their welfare, contact the police and ask them to do a wellness check because their behavior has changed. However, if everything checks out, you will have to accept that this is what your parents want and abide by their choice, as difficult as that may be.
Everyone's okay with other people making boundaries until it makes them a little sad. And yeah, sure, maybe, I don't know them, I don't know the situation. Maybe their parents are being very strange and pushing away people that they shouldn't be pushing away.
Mm-hmm.
But I also trust adults to make decisions about how they want to spend their time and who they want to spend it with.
Yeah.
They're probably tired of you motherfuckers. They've had enough.
They're just tired. All they need is each other.
Yeah, and that's probably more than enough. I've seen Everybody Loves Raymond. I know how old couples be.
Speaking of couples, I may as well jump into this one. Dear Abbey, my husband and I have been married for 30 years, but have never really been happy with each other. For years, I have had painful skin infections on my face, which have required trips to multiple dermatologists. They have done biopsies, they still can't pinpoint the cause of my problems. Recently, because of one of my infections spreading to my sinus cavity and my eye, I moved out of the master bedroom into one of the kids' old rooms. My skin is clearing up now, and I'm pain-free. I always suspected that my husband might have had something to do with this. Plus, I found a book he had about wild mushrooms. In it, he had underlined a part that said mushrooms are parasitic. What do you think, Abby? Suspicious in Florida.
This rules. I hope Abby's on board with the conspiracy.
Abby writes, Dear Suspicious, I think you should discuss this with your doctors who have been trying to diagnose the cause of your repeated infections. If you are correct in your suspicions, you should talk to the police, because your husband may be guilty of assault with intent to harm you. This may be your chance to end your long, unhappy marriage. Do not return to the master bedroom until this matter has been resolved to your satisfaction.
I think a big part of Abby is debunking the bullshit that people are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's something about this story, like, I'm kind of on board with this poor lady. Like, I think it's because she didn't come out as, like, totally accusatory, right? This thing is making her feel anxious, making her ask questions. So she's going to other people and saying, like, running it by him and, like, what do you think? Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Tell me I'm not crazy here. I'm making a connection.
Yeah, it's like, truth is stranger than fiction. There are really psychotic people, like, making their loved ones, quote unquote, like, sick permanently for no real reason.
To keep them where they belong. Ugh. Well, yeah, as long as we're talking about potentially dysfunctional relationships, let's end with this one. That's a bit more lighthearted. Dear Abby, last week my wife and I were at a local function. During intermission, a man walked up behind my wife and placed his hand on her shoulder. She looked up, shouted, "George!" jumped out of her chair and was all over him, fondling his face and head. I had to turn away, but our friends continued to watch as the two carried on. She claims it was not inappropriate behavior and that I am just jealous. Is this really a married woman's normal behavior? Wounded in Missouri.
She's wounded out there. Woman down.
How dare you? You're married. How dare you fondle his head? I can't be just aghast. I gotta look away.
I do not like PDA very much. I'm kind of anti-PDA in general, but geez Louise, a married couple can show a little bit of like harmless affection in front of their friends.
Yeah, here's what Abby has to say. Dear Wounded, bind your, quote, wound and let it go. While your wife's reaction may have seemed over the top to you, if George is someone your wife cared about and hadn't seen in many years, it wasn't out of the realm of normality for her. Full stop.
People can be hugging, man. They didn't slop spit.
They're not grinding on each other at the VFW meat raffle.
Maybe we have a different perspective because we grew up in like the homecoming grind years of all time.
Unfortunately so.
Yeah, you can't walk over and get some punch without getting air humped.
I'm gonna squeeze through your grind here.
I would say someone tried to initiate a fight with me and I just avoided it because it was stupid. for bumping into him and his girlfriend while they're having a grind session. It's like, God forbid I jump around and try and actually have fun here instead of just literally having like pre-third base sex in front of all your peers.
Yeah, dancing can look like this too, all right?
Dancing,
You do it your way, I'll do it mine.
It just makes me sad. I always looked at like flapper dances and be like, man, what we lost? What did we lose?
Mm-hmm.
I could have been doing the twist, man. I would have been the coolest guy in the homecoming dance if we could have done the twist.
Oh yeah, put Chubby Checker to shame.
All you chubbies are getting checked. My King Chubby here. Thanks, Abby.
Thanks, Abby.
It's very rare we get any sort of segment or any sort of person that we interact with often, and I just agree with them every single take they have. But Abby nails it every time.
That's a pro.
It really blows my mind. Because anyone can have an advice show. But, like, the first to ever do it is just the best to ever do it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll read a review, huh? I have a set of reviews here from second time in the episode going for the hat trick. Eric Martin, friend of comedy, has some reviews for us. They are from Google for the Guggenheim Museum of Modern Art.
Let's go.
Let me check where that is exactly. Oh, it's in New York? Is this allowed? There's a few reviews. There's one meaty one I'm going to say for last. These two are just kind of funny. Maria D. writes, the worst museum I've ever been. Went inside to get inspired. Went outside completely indifferent. Lost of time and money, 1 star. And then she has a picture of some modern art. It's kind of like a chalkboard where the bottom left is like scratched out to reveal white.
Okay.
Typical modern art stuff, not my favorite, but you don't go into a modern art museum and get mad at seeing.
Yeah, you can't be mad at art. It's the art won if you're mad at it.
Exactly. The art is just perpetually, silently one-upping you each angry thought you have.
I mean, I love when I enjoy art. When I go to the Art Institute in Chicago, and I like get just as excited about the hand-carved frame around the picture of Dorian Gray as the picture itself. But
that's beautiful stuff, man. That's the beauty of it. It's art can be just from one person. It can be a collective collection of art making one massive art statement. Oh,
they also got like suits of armor in that place. I'm like, I don't know if that's really art, but you know what? It's in the building, so it's good for you.
But sick is about it. Sick. Cillian Murphy. I didn't see who wrote this review. The building is nice. I love the architecture, but save yourself the money and just look at the building from the outside, because they fill the vast space with is not worth seeing for the cost you'll pay for a ticket. It's all pretty, but for want of a better word, meh. And he took a picture of some it looks like some hallway you have to pass through where the like halls are like bending around you and like various levels of claustrophobia. Looks neat. I don't know.
It's supposed to be pretty architecturally impressive from what little I've heard, but
art's just supposed to make you look at the world a little different, and when you see that, I don't know, it sticks with you. You're right. You took a picture and you're writing about it, so again, the art gotcha. Gotcha. But let's go to Pedro Ramau. This is really the meat and potatoes here. Local guide, 69 reviews. Don't write another one, boss. 8 months ago, I was mistreated at the Infinity Mirrored Room. I was told to scan the QR code and wait 50 minutes, which I did. When I approached the entrance, I saw people entering the room with still 40 minutes left to wait, which is not fair for me who waited for so long time. I asked explanations to the staff at the queue, and they just ignore me. I asked for her name, and she told me her name was Vanessa. When I asked to check her ID card, I saw her name was Anna. She was lying to me. It's unbelievable how this can happen in such a prestigious museum. I wanted to ask for a refund straight away. It never happened to me worldwide. By the way, we stayed in a room for no longer than 1 minute after 1 hour of waiting. I've seen that original idea at the Tokyo Team Labs planets. That's no longer than a lousy copy in my opinion. I will definitely not recommend Guggenheim Bilbao Museum to any of my friends or partners. I'm sorry, but it was a terrible experience. Besides this, the collections available aren't a big thing at all. 1 star.
Okay, somebody's on a high horse.
The horse is high. You're right. We got ourselves a Trojan here.
My goodness.
We can start with the Vanessa Anna situation.
That's what I want to talk about most. Sometimes people just wear different name tags at their job. Particularly if they're public facing, they might wear a name tag that is not their name.
Honestly, it's the move. At my last customer service position, I was in a state where people asking my name was never once out of the innocence and kindness of their heart of getting to know me. They simply wanted to know my name to weaponize it against me.
Mm-hmm.
And whether that was just to talk to my boss or for other reasons, I didn't really want to tell them my name anymore. Just being Rick at work would have been nice, you know? Just being another guy. Actually, now that I say that, a guy who worked there had a work name.
Ooh.
I won't say either of his names, but yeah, one time a kid was like, "Hey, you know that's not his real name?" Yeah, he has a work name and an at-home name.
Yeah.
It's so smart.
Separate those things.
Any step you can take to separate those things, I think, can go a long way.
Mm-hmm.
So why not? Why do people at work gotta know your name?
I don't care about those people.
No, I'm never gonna see them again, hopefully. For the love of God, I hope I don't see them again.
And I don't know. I haven't been to this museum, so I can't refute the claim that there's not a whole lot in the building that's good. But again, I think you're wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of the Museum of Contemporary Art that I went to in Chicago. But that's just because, like, there's a statue of a lady covered in boils. And I was like, that's gross.
It was a lot. It was a lot for you.
But it looks like, it looks gross. I think that's the point. Look there. There's an installation where it's balloons tied to a fence. And the point is that the balloons eventually stop floating in the air because that's what happens to balloons over time. And it's maybe a metaphor. I'm like, is that really? Well, nobody else had done it, so now it is art. I'm not going to say it's a bad museum.
We're talking about it, aren't we?
We're talking about it. It won.
It won. It won. And that, yeah, and you had no qualms with its victory over you.
No.
As art. You just took that experience that wasn't my favorite time at an art museum, and you went on with your life.
Mm-hmm.
He did The Simpsons did it in the review. That's also Tokyo Team Labs Planets did it. That's funny to me. Like the T-Rex at the museum was cool, but actually the Detroit Museum also had a T-Rex, so maybe they should just threw them bones out.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people with a lot of similar ideas, so you might see some art that looks the same as other art.
God forbid. What you want to do here, boss? You want to tie her off, or you want to do a shorty?
You know what? Let's tie her off.
You bet.
Let's take the W. This art is going to take the W.
That's right. And if you talk about this art, we won. If you don't talk about it, actually, we kind of lose. So tell your friends about reviewparty.com.
Please.
Please, you made it through the episode. Thank you so much to you, first of all. Welcome to the Real Ones Club. If you haven't made it here before, we got new episodes every Tuesday. That's right, hashtag Tuesday Reviews Day. If you'd like to send in some funny reviews for us to talk about, like Eric, thank you, bud. Send in an email with a hyperlink or a screenshot, whatever you gotta do, to reviewparty.com@gmail.com, and include your name so we can throw you that credit.
If you want to reach out to us on social media, well, guess what? You can. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at reviewparty.com, on Twitter or X at reviewpartypod. We're on Letterboxd, search Review Party. We're on YouTube, search Review Party. We have a website all of our own, reviewparty.com. You got the blog there. You got every single listening platform there. You've got a whole lot of Blue and the shop, and hidden secrets to delight you and your lonely brain.
Hey, lonely brain. You could use some music. That makes my lonely brain feel better. Bread for breakfast. You've heard it throughout the episode. It's by the Homeboys Nosebleeds. They allowed us to use it for our little B-roll anthem there. We hope you like it, and they got a lot more songs you'll like. Just look up Nosebleeds, one word. You can find them on Spotify.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to give Eric the hat trick?
Oh, do you have an Eric finisher? Why
Got
not?
An Eric finisher. Friend of comedy, once more. Eric with a K. Martin. This is an Amazon review for the 100 Grand Share Pack wrapper, 2.8 ounces. Comes to us from Tia Geranmo. Tia titles her review 5 stars and writes, "Share? No way, mine all mine, 5 stars."
I mean, that's how we all feeling when we get that family pack.
Fun size, fun for me.